What's up, guys? This is Nick with Real Top. I thought I'd do a video today to discuss and help you in coming up with an endless amount of content for your business. Now, if you're building a personal brand, this is not the video for you. If you're building a business brand, a corporate brand, this is where you want to tune in. Personal brand is obviously going to be a little different. You're going to document your day-to-day and take people through your personal journey. Today is all about the company brand. So before we get started, do me a favor, click the like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and please go ahead and share this video at the end with people you think could benefit from it. So how do we create this endless amount of social media content? Okay, the way we do it here at Real Top is we use something called the 5 pillars of social media marketing. And I'm going to take you through each of those pillars and then take you through examples of each of those pillars. And then after that, I'm going to take you through some examples of how much we create of each of these pillars. Okay, now let's go through each of them. Okay. So the first one's going to be educate. So that's pillar number 1 and probably the most important pillar, okay? Number 2, showcase work. Number 3, community. Number 4, corporate. And number 5 is promotional, okay? Now let's take you through each of these one by one and some examples. So when you're creating educational content, you can do things like creating hacks, tips, how-tos, tutorials, and do's and don'ts. Now, if you are running a service-based business like a marketing agency, for example, I would say the majority of your social media content should be here. If you're a new business that still doesn't have a customer base, you're trying to build an audience, you really want to be hanging out here almost 100%. In fact, I know a lot of marketers that are only doing educational material, and they're doing it for years before they create any sort of promotion, okay? Now, the second is showcase work. Now, this is a really important one for these more established businesses, okay? And some examples of that are going to be before and after. So let's say you're in construction. You renovated a beautiful kitchen. You want to show your before and afters. Testimonials, very important for obvious reasons. And then just simply completed projects. You might not have a before to show an after for, but you've created some sort of beautiful project. You have some sort of end great result on something, and you want to put it out there. Okay. The next is community. Okay. Now this can sometimes be a little challenging for those of you that have ever built a personal brand. What tends to happen is you tend to kind of live in this third column, okay? For a business, it's probably not going to be the majority of your posts. But nevertheless, here are some examples. Events, news, bulletins, entertainment, okay? Events could be you just had a company picnic, okay? You want to showcase that. People love looking under the hood of your business and seeing what's happening. News, you've been in the news recently. Something great is happening around your business. You want to showcase that, okay? Bulletins, just things that are relevant today. You need to announce them. Something has changed, a policy adjustment, and you need to put it out into the world. And obviously entertainment, which is one of my favorites. A lot of businesses tend to avoid this. They're a little shy, but you probably see a lot of this via TikTok. You see a lot of dental practices, dancing in the hallway. That's entertainment. It does provide value, provides benefit, and entertainment's benefit, okay? Last but not least, or actually before we jump to number 5, number 4, corporate, okay? Corporate is going to be employee recognition, about us, new hire announcements, and awards. Now, all too often what I see with people's business social media is this is all they're doing. All day long, they're announcing and re-announcing their awards, okay? This does not provide a lot of value for your audience. It's something you want to sprinkle in, but if this is the foundation of your social media marketing, stop right now, okay? You're going to burn your audience, okay? Number 5 is promotional. Now, under promotional, you could have a sale going on in your business, new services and items you're offering. You could have some sort of a coupon, maybe even limited offers. There are entire business social media profiles that are based on this. This is all they do, okay? And they announce themselves that this is Nike promotions, Nike discounts. They would have feeds that only have this. Their entire feed is all promotional items. But usually this is something you're only sprinkling in to your social media posts, okay? Now what I like to do is ahead of time come up with the number of posts that we're creating and then define how many posts within each of these pillars. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And this is the easiest way to do it, by the way. All right, guys, now let's do a little planning, okay? First thing we want to do is literally just come up with a number of posts that we want to be creating per month, okay? Good rule of thumb, you're posting once per day. You could do more, you could do less, but I would say one a day really is probably the minimum for most corporate brands, okay? So we have 30 posts. Now what we need to do next is literally just distribute that 30 across each of these pillars and prioritize what we think is best for our brand, okay? And I'll take you through just a quick example, okay? Here we have educate, okay? What I want to be doing is creating 10 educational posts per month, okay? Beyond that, 5 posts showcasing my work, 5 posts showcasing things happening in our community. We have 5 posts having to do with corporate and 5 promotional posts, okay? And this is a pretty common distribution. You notice I go pretty heavy early on the educate. Why do I do that? And actually, for newer brands, I might even have 20 out of the 30 posts being educational. And the reason for that is before we start, selling to this new audience, we want to build an audience, okay? We want to be giving them so much value that the audience is going to grow, that they're going to be engaged, that we're going to be creating trust before we start asking for business and doing promotions, okay? So we'll do 10 posts for educational, okay? Again, things like hacks, tips, how-tos, tutorials, do's and don'ts. If you've got a new corporate brand and this is all you want to do for a while, I'm okay with it, okay? Showcase work, we did 5. You'll see I'll literally chop that number in half. Before and afters, testimonials, completed projects. This is where you're really starting to do a lot of the selling, okay? Community, okay? We have 5 posts here. Things that are happening, events, news, bulletins, entertainment. Sometimes we have to go a little lighter on this column depending on the company. Sometimes you're just kind of like chugging along in your business and you really don't have anything kind of new happening in the community or even at the company, so you just don't need that much. Then we have corporate. Now, corporate and promotional tend to be where most brands live, and I'll see them create 100% of their posts in these 2 columns, and that is a big, big no-no. If you're putting or creating 30 posts in these 2 columns, it's almost narcissistic. It's, hey, look at me, look how great we are, look at all the great awards we have, by the way, come buy from us via this limited offer. You want to go lighter on these. In fact, for many of the brands we work with, promotional, we might take the first 90 days and not even create a single piece of content for that promotional column. In fact, sometimes we even do the same thing for corporate, okay? Or we just go super light on it where we're doing employee recognition and we're doing new hires, but we're avoiding the awards, okay? And we're avoiding the about us. And why? Because this is going to engage our employees. This is going to welcome new people to the company. It's again, it's not as narcissistic, and social media tends to be that, okay? Remember, when you're creating your social media content, you always want to keep in mind that acronym. We constantly talk about it, which is WIFT, W-I-I-F-T, what's in it for them. And in this column, employee recognition, there is something there for them, for your employees. They feel gratitude, okay? And same thing, new hires, you're welcoming someone into your family, into your business. So guys, these are the 5 pillars of social media marketing. This is dynamic, by the way. So just because you create a plan for November or December doesn't mean that the January posts have to be the same. If you find that you're getting a ton of engagement just in educate or just in showcase work, and you want to change these numbers around, go ahead and do it. You might find that you want to double down on showcase work, and that's okay. Maybe you're going to not really do much in community. That's fine too. You want to make sure you're dynamic, But remember, you want to be planning well in advance, okay? Use your 5 pillars. Get all your content done, again, well in advance. Try to be at least a couple weeks ahead. Something to keep in mind as well, you have scheduling tools, okay? So you don't have to wake up every single day and post. You can use things like Facebook Creator Studio. You can use tools like Sprout. So when you're done creating all of this content, you can get it scheduled right now for next month, knowing when you wake up next month, there's content being distributed constantly. So guys, this is Nick with Real Talk. If you like this video, if you like our content, obviously we're hanging out in this column here. If you like our content, please hit the like, share button if you're on social media, share with friends and family, and make sure you follow. Have a great day.